Hello, one and all. Glad to have you here today as we practice to read English. And remember, guys, that our reading process is all about where we learn phonics, and our phonics here is English phonics. So we're learning how to read English using phonics. That's where we're going to be decoding words so that we can call these words. Guys, if you're ready for that, let me know in the comment section. Please let me see you type ready. And don't forget to tell us where you're viewing from. This is part two of the session that we started earlier today. And we would be delighted to hear from you guys. So remember, it is all about this English trivia. Come on, guys. We want you to get active in our comment section. We want to hear from you. So, guys, come on, please don't disappoint us. All right. So, I'm going to begin by sharing my screen. Don't forget that this is our English reading practice, and we are doing trivia. This trivia will help us to basically break down words, learn new words in English too. And guys, you can learn multiple words from just learning these basic English words. You would be able to call multiple words. So we want you to get active in the comment section at this time. Please tell us where you're viewing from. Let's know where you're viewing from. Remember, if we know where you're viewing from, then we're able to tailor our instructions to suit your needs. And basically, that will help you a lot to be learning how to read English fluently. Once you have learned how to use the language, then you'll be able to read it fluently. Yeah. Mhm. So that's what we are going to be doing. All right. So without any further ado, guys, get active in the next section. Come on, guys, get active in the comment section and share for you. Tell us where you're viewing from so that you can have an idea of how to tailor our instruction. And remember, this is episode 2, guys. So, which means that you should be practicing on your own too. All right. You should also be doing some practice on your own. All right. If there's anything that you want to say before we begin, you can get active with saying whatever you want to say before we begin our section. Don't forget to share the live with someone who might be interested in learning how to read English. Of course, we always want to have others participate in this learning session because this can be very beneficial to other learners of English. And so we are asking you to get active, guys, share the live out with someone who you know might be as interested in learning how to read English. Don't forget, guys, please share the live. We appreciate you sharing the live. Go ahead, guys, and start sharing. Share the live out to someone who you know might be interested in learning how to read English. So let's keep going, guys. I see that we have 2 persons so far on the live. Please, guys, hit the like button, get active and hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for being here. Remember to comment, tell us where you're watching from, okay? We would really love to know where you're watching from. That would help us with tailoring our instructions to suit your needs. Okay, guys, so now we are going to get started with our actual reading sessions. Remember, we are also going to be touching base on vocabulary. That's where we're going to be learning the vocabulary for these words. So listen out for the vocabulary, practice using the words in your own time while you are conversating in English, sure, while you are having conversations, or when you're writing in English. Either one may be good for that. All right, so remember, we are continuing with which two words. So we are looking for two words, and our two words that actually begins with the same sound. Remember, the word same here means alike, or it means something that matches another. All right, they have similar traits. So here are our words. Here are our words. Remember, what I want you guys to do is to practice to see if you can call the words before I start decoding the words. Decoding here means that I would break the word into parts and then we blend them to create a whole word. Then I'll give you tips to remember when spelling the words and also any sort of vocabulary that you do not know where these words are concerned. So let's get active now. Our first word, A, then we hear the C make the sound K. So we hear A, K. So C makes the sound like K. Then we hear O, When we put it together, we hear A, K, on, acorn. So in this word, you can actually see the small word corn. So if you know that word, as in the food, corn, then you just add A to it and you hear acorn, acorn. So what is an acorn? And this you might be very familiar with it, especially if you are very familiar with the way that um, English speakers in places like America and Canada, the way that they would speak. So acorn, it's actually a nut. It's an oval nut, and it grows on an oak tree. So that oval nut that grows on an oak tree, we call it acorn. Acorn. All right. Let's go to our next word. We hear a, u, and then ou together make the sound ow. It can make many other sounds like oo and and then we hear d. In this, we see a, really out, aloud. Here we can see the word loud. Like when somebody speaks at a high volume, you would say that they are loud. So when they speak at a high volume, you would say that they are loud. Or when something is noisy, making a lot of noise, you would say that it's loud. Something that is blaring or thundering, you would say that that thing is also loud. All right. So our word here is aloud. Aloud. And to speak aloud would mean that you are speaking in a fashion where you are producing a lot of noise. The next word is a, b. Then we get when you're saying ow, just like in loud, you hear the ow sound, then get. So we can say ab, out, ab, out, about. Here you can see the small word out. about. When we use the word about, so for example, I say, let's go about our own business. Then, okay, that would mean that you are going about something that may be considered as before or regarding to one thing, or it may be something that surrounds another thing or is around something or something that is throughout something, then you can say that it is about, all right? Or something that is like circling another thing, you can say that that thing is about. Or something that surrounds it, you can say it's about. Or we can even use about when it's all over something. All right. You can say that something is about her, which means something is all over here. All right. Okay, so our three words. Let's call them one more time. Acon, allowed, about. Which two words begin with the same sound? Which two words begin with the same sounds? Let's exercise. Type in the comment section. Let us know which two words begins with same sound. Now that you've heard the words, it's your turn to get very active in the comment section and tell us which two words begin with the same sound. And I know that you guys can do very well at this. I'm looking forward to see you guys commenting the two words because you have already called the words, which would give you a head start, and that would be really good for you. Okay, so now let's review the two words that has the same sound at the beginning. It is allowed, we get up, and about, we get up. So the sound there at the beginning is the same in these two words, about and allowed. Acon, on the other hand, we hear a long sound. So we hear A. And remember, guys, that's why it's called English. English is a very funny language. Despite the word beginning with the same letters, their sounds can be so different. So you need to practice these a lot to see the difference in them. All right, we are moving on to the next. If you have mastered those two words, those two words that sound the same, you did a good job. Now, for spelling purposes, always remember the sound that you hear is O and R together in this word, and OU is making the OW sound in these two words. OW can also say OW, like in the word owl. So you have to be very careful with the variation that you use when you're spelling these words. When you're spelling these words, remember it's OU. All right, we're getting there, guys, and we're doing well. So, guys, did you get those two words? I'm sure you did. Let's now look at our other three words. So this one, the T is silent. We do not hear the T in the word. We do not hear the T in the word. The T is silent. So this word begins from the S sound when calling it, when saying it. However, when you're writing this word in English, you have to remember that the T is there, it is present. Even if you cannot hear it, it is right there when you're spelling the word. Do not miss the T. If you miss the T, then you miss the correct pronunciation for the word. You miss the correct spelling for the, no, you will not miss the correct pronunciation. However, you will miss the correct spelling for the word. All right. All right. So let's keep going. So we hear the U makes up two sound, short sound. So we can hear school, su, ni, and e. The Y at the end make a short I sound. So that short I sound is actually it. Okay. However, a lot of us as English speakers, in certain words, you hear we make the sound closer to E. All right. So the word is tsunami and E. Tsunami. Tsunami. However, a lot of native speakers will hear them say tsunami, tsunami, tsunami. All right. So tsunami, tsunami, tsunami. It's the same word. Our next word we get to I. So the I in this one makes a long sound. We hear the I and then G and This morning, in a word that we did in the word gentle, we learned that when G comes before E, I or Y, we hear some like the J. So we hear the J sound. However, always remember whenever there's a combination of E and R, a lot of times that sound would not work as J. It would work as the normal hard song G. So here we hear T, I, G, and So our word here is tiger, tiger, tiger. Remember the Americans, they would say tiger, as in they're going to stretch the ER, but the British would say tiger, which means they're going to use the ER as a schwa sound. So you're going to hear the ER as tiger. Remember when reading British English and when reading American English, you have to pay close attention to the difference in the sounds of the word. Our next word, spoon. So the two O's here make the short E sound, so we hear E. So we hear spoon, soon, soon. All right, so let's tell what these words mean. Tsunami. Have you heard that word tsunami before? And remember, tsunami, it is actually a natural disaster, right? It's not something pleasant at all. Tsunami is something that is very dangerous. It's where you have a long, high sea wave that is caused by an earthquake or by other disturbances. And this long, high wave can actually come into land and it can damage properties, it can damage homes, it can um, cause loss of life and all that uh, in such little time. All right. Remember, when water is flowing, it can be very dangerous. And that's what it is when there is a tsunami. All right. Our next word, see, whenever you say that you will do something that is soon, you're going to do it. It means that you are going to be doing it in a short time, right? Or after a short time. So you're not going to take a long time to get that thing done. You're going to do it in, let's say the person asks you, can you do this for me? And you say, okay, I'm going to do it soon. So soon should not take you more than some minutes, right? It should not take you hours. It should be like in a few minutes that you should be able to do that thing. Our next word is the word tiger. So tiger is actually an animal, and tiger is like the bigger form of a cat. If you know a cat, then you would actually have the idea of how a tiger looks. So it is a large cat, basically. And tigers, they have a yellow and brown coat and stripe, um, yellow and brown coat stripe with black in it. And the tigers, you can find them in forests. So, for example, in Asia, you can find them in the forest there. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going, right? What two words now begin with the same song? What two words begin with the same song? What two words begin with the same song? Get active in the comment section. Tell us what two words begin with the same song. All right, guys. So let's see what two words begin with the same song. Let's see what two words begin with the same song. Remember, we have called the words tsunami, tiger, soon. Now you are supposed to look at the words or you have listened to them, which two begins with the same sound. And you cannot look at them to determine which two begin with the same sound. Because here you would say tiger and tsunami because they both begin with T. However, remember, we've learned the rule for tsunami, the T is silent, and the word in pronouncing it actually starts from the S sound. So, guys, a lot of words in English, you cannot look at them to determine how to call them just like that without any knowledge of phonics. And that's why we're doing this basic English phonics session enough to help you to improve your reading, your spelling in English. All right, guys. So the two words that begin with the same sound would be tsunami because we begin with the S, the T silent, and the word soon, soon. And we said two A's make the U sound, just like the U in tsunami makes the E sound. So that's something that we want to pay close attention to. All right, let's move on to our next word. Are you ready to go? If you're ready, then say ready. And let's get our next set of words. Let's get in. This word, just like in tsunami, with first letter is silent, it's the same thing with this word. The H is silent. And then we hear the O says O, N, E, and SNT. We can learn them to say st. When we put the word together, we have O, N, est, honest. You can see the small word nest, as in a bird's nest. That's where birds would put like pieces of grass together to form something that looks like a basket, and we call it a nest. That's where they lay their eggs. So you can just add the sound and say and nest, honest. What does it mean to be honest? If you're honest, then you are someone that would actually tell the truth. Anybody that is honest would tell the truth. Okay? Our next word is the word book and read energy together we read. And when you put the word together, we have oblong. Now, here we can see the small word long. When you put it all together, the word says oblong, oblong. Right. So what does the word oblong mean? We hear all the time of an oblong shape. What does that refer to? Do you have any idea? Is a word you've heard before? So oblong is actually something that has a rectangular shape or a rectangular object or one of those figures that are flat that has unequal adjacent sides. So their sides are unequal. The sides that are adjacent, those are unequal. Do you actually know what the word adjacent means? Because I do not want to give you a big word that you do not know what it means. All right, guys. So if you don't know what adjacent means, it simply means something like that. It simply means being next to something or near to something. So basically, the sides that are near to each other or close by each other or beside each other in that rectangular shape, those are the ones that you actually look at when you're talking about oblong. Those are the ones that you look at for their unequalness. So the sides that are close to each other that are unequal, those are the ones that you would consider when you're looking for a shape that is oblong. All right, our next word is when you say how, and this word, and then the S, it sounds, the end is silent. When we put it all together, we have the word house, house, house. And what is a house, guys? What is a house? Well, I'm sure you're familiar with the house. Maybe you're not. However, a house is actually a place. I shouldn't say a place. It's actually like your home or it's your residence where you live. That building that you dwell in, that would be called your house. And a house normally would have a ground floor and it would have a roof. Okay, so that building that has a ground floor and a roof and you dwell in it, you call it your house. So now let's call all the words and let's see which two begins with the same sound. Our first word, honest, honest. Remember, the O in it is the H, sorry, is silent, honest. That means when you're true or when you are telling the truth. Our next word, oblong, oblong, and that is a rectangular shape, or it can be a flat figure that has unequal sides, those sides that are near to each other. And the next word is the word house. House. House is actually a building that has a ground floor and a roof, and that building is one that you dwell in. You would call it a house. All right, which words begin with the same sound? Which words begin with the same sound? So our word that begins with the same sound, our words are honest because the H is silent. So we get up, and it's also the word oblong. We get up at the beginning. We cannot use this one because this one needs the song for each, that very song we get. So therefore, we cannot use that one. Okay, guys? Think you got it all together? If you think you got it all together, then thumbs up. Let's go to our next one. And please, guys, get active in our comments, okay? All right, so our next set of words, and these are very easy. Let's hope that you'll be able to go through this one very quickly. All right, so I'm ready. Let's get ready. Our first word, the A and I makes the sound E. The M makes the sound U, which means the I is silent and the A makes the sound. So we get A, aim. Remember, ing makes the sound A, the N and G, we put it together, we get aim, aim. In this word, we get aim, aim, aiming, aiming. What does it mean to aim? What does it mean to aim? When you aim at something, it means that you point at it, or aiming at something can mean that you keep your focus on it, or even work it towards something would mean that you're aiming at that thing. And as you can see, our verb here is in the continuous tense. Our next word, A and I together in this one, makes the sound E. The A makes the sound, the I is silent, and then we put it together, we get ill, ill, ill. What does the word ill mean? And a lot of times we hear about ailment, but we do not hear about the word ill. So what does it mean when you hear the word ill? Ill actually means that you are going through some sort of trouble, or you're going through some sort of pain. When you're ill, it means you're going through some sort of trouble or some sort of ailment, you could report to some sort of pain or some sort of worry, or it could be something that bothers you, or it could be something that actually puts you in distress or pain, something that caused difficulty for you. You would say that that thing is it. Right. Our next word here in this one, the A is now silent and the I is making the sound. So you see a difference in this one. The A silent now and the I makes sound. And then we hear the S make sounds. So we hear sorry, the S is silent in this one, sorry. The S is silent. So we hear I, and then we hear I, the E at the end is also silent. So in this word, we actually have three letters being silent. And this is one that you should really look out for, because in this variation of the word here, you can really call it incorrectly because three letters in the word are silent. You're accustomed maybe working with silent E, but are you accustomed working with silent S or silent A when it comes with an I? So you have to be so careful. All right, guys? Be extra careful. So now the word would say I, we, I. Only two songs you're already hearing there. You're hearing the I and the L. I and we, I. And I here, what does it really refer to? What does this I refer to? I want to see you guys set that in the comment section to tell me what type of I this refer to. So this isle is not like an island. When you talk about an island and you say, oh, I live on an isle, or I want to visit an isle. But this one would be that isle that you want to visit, or an isle that you live on. However, isle here in this context actually refers to, let me give you an example. For example, when you have a go to church, let's say you go to a concert or those places, then you would become familiar with an aisle, because an aisle is where you have a space or a passage, this long walk between rows or seats in a building, right? You can also have it outdoor too. So if you have rows of seats on one side, on the right side, on the left side, and then you have this space in between, that would be called an aisle. All right. So places that you can see aisle often would be at a church, you might see it at a theater, also on an aircraft. When you are on an aircraft, there's an aisle. You would have to choose uh, places where seats are being placed, or rows of seats are on the right and on the left, and then in the middle, you have that passageway. And that's what we term as an aisle. All right. So next time you're walking down the aisle, whether at church, on an aeroplane, or on a train, you would remember to use the word correctly. Remember, it's aisle with the A, where the A is silent, the I makes a sound, and the S is silent too, and the L makes a sound, and the E is also silent. So the word here is aisle. All right, guys. So now that we've learned the meaning or the vocabulary for these English words, let's now call the words one more time, because we've already learned how to call them, so that we can now see which two of them begin with the same sound. As you notice, all of them begin with A, I. However, there is an AI that do not sound the same as the most common one. All right. There is an AI sound that is used for two, and there's a different AI sound that is used for one. So let's see how to get that one covered. So let's say the word is again aiming, which means your purpose, or you are pointing to something. Ill means when you're in trouble, or when you are in some kind of difficulty, problem, or when you're in distress or pain. And I there means that passageway, or that space that is placed between two rows of seats, one that is on the left, one that is on the right. The passageway in between is called the aisle. All right, guys. So we have aiming, ale, and high, which two begin with the same sound. So of course, it's aiming, you get A, and ale, we get A. But in I, we get I. So the A in I is silent, so is the S, and so is the E. So in I, we only get I and me, I. That's the only sounds that we hear. So when you're spelling, be very careful with your spelling. always be so careful that we spell the word correctly. Okay, guys. So what do you guys think about those words that we've done? Please get active in the comments and let us know. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who are here watching. It is such a pleasure having you here as we do these words. And as you hear, my voice is not the best tonight. If it's morning, if it's evening or noon or night where you are, well, you understand what I'm saying that my voice, it is not at the best. However, I'm trying still to ensure that you get the words out. Alright guys, so remember in evening we hear the A sound for the A and I. In the word A, we also hear the A sound. But in the word I, the A is silent and you can hear the I make the sound I. The S is also silent and you can hear the L now say A and the E at the end is silent too. So we only hear I, A, I'll. Be very careful when spelling that word. And remember where you can find an aisle. It can be found maybe on a train, on an aircraft, or in a church, in buildings. And you can create one too by just putting seats or rows of seats on the right side, on the left side, and that passageway that is empty in between. That's what you call an aisle. Aiming would mean to focus on something or to uh, pay attention to something in a way that you are pointing to it. And area, on the other hand, now would be where you are facing some sort of difficulty, pain, or distress, or you are in trouble. And don't forget to practice using the words in your everyday language. Let's keep going, guys. So now we are now going to be ripping out the words with two words that sound the same, which means they should sound alike at the beginning. At the beginning, you mean at the start of the word. So let's look at these. Our first word, O and A together, makes the sound O. The O makes a sound, the A stays silent. We get O, and then put it together, we get O, oat, oat. What is an oat? So basically, we have here when we talk about oats, we are actually talking about a food. So you may have eaten oats before, like having oatmeal. Yes, I know that's the first one that may actually come to your mind when you hear about the word oat. Oatmeal may come to your mind. So this is oat as in that cereal that is planted and it has a loose brand and it has clusters of florets. And normally you find it in cool climates and it's often used to feed animals, right? So that's the oat that we're talking about, the cereal. If we're talking about oat, as in you making a vow or a pledge, then that one spells different. We have to add the TH for that oat. So this is also oat. However, this one means a vow or a pledge. All right. Our next word, ow. So we hear the O and X making the sound ow, and then we hear CH making the sound ch. When we put them together, the word says ouch, ouch. And ouch would be an expression that we would often use when we are in pain. So let's say you hit your hand, you say ouch. And that would mean you are in some sort of pain. It's an expression when you are in pain, we often use it. Okay? If you maybe fall on the ground, you say, ouch. When you say the word ouch, you're actually saying, like, hey, I'm in pain. If you hit your head, you will say, ouch. When you use the word ouch, it will mean that you are in pain. All right. Our next word is owl. Please, owl, owl. So here we hear the OW making the sound owl too. We hear OW just like OU making the sound owl. So we hear owl, owl. And what is an owl? Are you guys familiar with owls? Owls are actually animals. They are birds. Well, they belong to the bird family. So they are nocturnal birds. And they like to prey on other animals. Sorry, not no. They are the ones that are being preyed on. Right? And these owls, they make some harsh noise. Like you'll hear them scooting through the night. You'll hear them screeching, making this loud noise. Their beaks are shaped like hooks, and their face look like a disc. If you're familiar with a disc, that's how their face looks. Yeah. And they have very large eyes. A lot of owls are brown. A lot of them are brown. So that's what an owl is. Persons can also refer to you as an owl. If you enjoy staying up late at night, people would call you an owl. So if that's something that you do all the time, people would say, hey, you are like a night owl. Or are you an owl? You hear that a lot in um, English from native speakers. They would all often ask that question. So which two words begin with the same sound? Our two words here that begin with the same sound would be the word owl and the word ouch. Those would be our two words that begin with the same sound. The word oat would not be a word that begins with the same sound because the word oat, we hear o, o. What do we hear? O. All right. So, guys, you have the words. You have them. Do you think you can use them now? Seeing that we have covered vocabulary and we have also covered decoding the words, breaking them down so that you can understand each word, how to pronounce the words in English, and the correct vocabulary to use with these words. Do you think you would be very successful in using the words now? All right. I hope you are. So remember the word oats, the O and A together make the sound O. If for spelling purposes, remember the A is silent, but when you're spelling, you must put it there, okay? And oat here is a cereal, it is a plant, and a lot of you may have eaten oats before. Our next word, ouch, the O and U make the sound ow, the CH make the sound ch. We put them together, we get ouch. And we often use the word ouch when we are in pain. So when we feel a pain, maybe on our hands, at our head, or we have hit a place on our body and it's hurting, we say ouch. It's a way of expressing that we are feeling pain. And our next word is owl. So OW make the sound owl and then the owl. we said that an owl is actually an animal that is a nocturnal bird. And this bird, it makes a lot of screeching sound and screeching noise. And this bird, it has this face, the shape of its face, or the way that its face looks is as like that of a disc. And this bird is one that is brown, has a lot of feathers. And what else do we know about an owl? Guys, is anything that you know about an owl? And the beak looks like a hook shape. So the beak of the bird, which is an owl, looks like a hook shape. So we said that owl and ouch, these would make the same beginning sound. All right. Do you think I should do one more or we should stop there for today? Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Should I do one more or should we stop it right there? And for learning purposes, I also highlighted the word taught. I highlighted the word taught with the H added to it, and the word oat with the H added to it. That would be like a vowel. All right. So this one is the cereal, but this one is the vowel. Or when you make a pledge, or when you are hoping to stay true to something, you would make a statement based on that. And it's often called an oath or a vow or a pledge. All right. So there you have some vocabulary. There you have the words. Do you want me to do one more or I should stop there for tonight? Let me know, guys. And let me know where you're viewing from. Type in my comment section there. If you want to come up on screen and the link is in the comments, you guys are free to come up on screen to read listening. Right? Just let me know that you want to come and you'll be able to press the link to get on screen to read English. Come on, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know who shared with me and if you want me to do one minute. And we're going to do 1 minute. We're going to do 1 minute for all of you who are here. Please, guys, get active in the comments. It's really good that you can get active. And if you want to come up on screen to follow the words. So you have a look at these words. As soon as I scroll down, I know that you've been looking and you can know Sorry about that, guys. I am so sorry. I don't know what just happened a while ago, but you were experiencing some technical issues then. So I'm going to reshare the screen and yeah, guys. So we're gonna call the word. Can you guys see the screen? If you can, please let me know in the comment section. All right, guys. So I think you can because on my end I can see the screen. Yeah. All right. So let's begin. So here we have the word. The WH makes the sound because the W is silent and the H is the one that makes the sound. So WH can make the sound and then we hear the O make the sound O and the L make the sound U. But at the end it's silent. When we put it together we hear O, O, whole, whole. And this whole would refer to something that is complete or something that is in its entirety, which means it has all of what it should have. And here in this whole, you can see the word whole from the H, and this other whole would refer to a hole as in an opening that is in something. For example, an opening in the ground could be called a hole, or an opening in a wall would be called a hole, or in an apple or in a fruit, anything that there's an opening in, then you would call it a hole. And that hole would be with the H, while the hole with the W would actually do the hole as in something you complete in a complete form, or you have all of it. It's in its entirety. Our next word, the W is silent, we hear the H make the sound, and then we hear the O make the E sound. That same song that we had done a while ago in the word soon and in the word tsunami, we heard the oo sound. So here our word says ooh, 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 ooh. So our word here is who. When we are asking the question, who is it? Then we are referring to a person. So the word who would refer to a person. And when you ask who, referring to a person, it would actually refer to a person in terms of who it is, in terms of which person. It's like you asking, which person is that? Our next word, we have W and H together again in this word. We hear would. So the W this time is making the sound and the H is silent. So in this one, we hear the WH make the sound would, like in the word what. So we hear or where, we hear would. And then the E at the end is silent. So then that is going to give power to the vowel to call its name. So the vowel is going to say A. So in this one, we hear would as in the W making the sound, and then you hear ale, ale, whale. You can actually see the word hail, like inhale, in that word. And that's how we can know how to spell the word whale, as in the animal, always think of the animal being able to inhale, right? Because the other whale, this one with the AI, this one is like when you make a loud cry, and we can actually see the word ail in it, AIL, and we just see that word. And we learned that that word means when you are in trouble, or when you have problems, or some sort of difficulty, or when you are in pain. That's when you would use the one with the word ail. So it's the same thing where the AIL would suggest to you that this word is talking about the wail, as in when somebody cries out, when somebody makes that loud sound. And why would they want to make a loud sound? Maybe it's a pain, maybe it's trouble, or maybe they're being afflicted, any of those. So that's how you can know the difference between these two words. Wail, as in the animal, look for hail, as in inhale, and wail, as in wail when you make a loud cry. Look for the word hail, as in trouble, being in pain, or facing some sort of difficulty. And this can help you to get the correct word in terms of the spelling. All right. So that's the trick for you guys. If you want to familiar with that, you've learned a new one that can help you with spelling and also with the vocabulary for both words. And that's why I told you guys that decoding English words, it is so important to focus on parts of the words, because these parts of the word, they can actually lead you to the vocabulary of the word. And that's essentially what we want to do. We want to be able to unpack vocabulary, we want to unpack the spelling and all that good stuff. So now let's call all three words and let's see which two words begin with the same sound. And guys, remember to be active in the comments. Okay? So we have whole, as in when something is complete or in its entirety, when you have all of it. Whole, remember that whole would spell with the W. But whenever it's whole, like something, an opening in something in the ground, an opening in something, you would use from the H to spell the word. Okay? Our next word, who, the W is silent. Remember when you're spelling, that the W must be there. Despite it's silent when you're saying it, when you're spelling, you must have that W to spell the word. So we hear the H make the sound, and the O make the oo sound. So we hear who, who, the W is silent. And our next, and who is talking about which person or what person are you talking about? Okay? Or which people are you talking about? Our next word is will. And will here, we hear would, and the H is silent, so we do not hear the H, then we're a, and the E at the end silent. So whale has two silent letters. Always remember to put them in when you're spelling the word. Do not forget those two silent letters when spelling the word wheel. And in this word wheel, we said that you can see the word heel, like inhale, and this can tell you that this is the wheel, as in the animal, because the animal inhales, and wheel, as in when there's a loud cry, where you spell it with the AIL, you can see the word ill, as in when you're in trouble, when you're sick, or when you are in some sort of pain. You can see that small word ill there, and that can help you to know, hey, this word has to do with having a pain or having some sort of trouble or problem. So that's how you can know the difference between the two words when spelling. All right, guys? So which two now begins with the same sound? We hear the word pull, we hear the word poop, we hear the word wheel. Which two would begin with the same sound? Get active, guys, in the comments. And please let me know. And in the meantime, guys, comment where you're from too, so that you can shout it out. You can see your names and you can shout it out. I love it, guys, when you're active in the comments. And remember, if you want to come up on screen to break down these words, you're free to do that with me. So you just alert me that you want to come up on screen, and I'll be able to invite you on screen. All right? The link is actually in the comment section. If you haven't hit like on the video, we would appreciate you guys hitting like on the video. If you want, guys, you can share this live to others who want to learn English and want to do very well at English. So let's now see the words and see which two has the same beginning sound. We hear wheel, who, and wheel. Sorry, hole. Why did I call the Hebrew word guys? Hole. Remember, the H is making sound and the W is silent in this way. Okay? Then we hear the long O and the E at the end sound. All right, so hole, who, and wheel, which two begin the same sound. So it's hole. Is it? Is it whole? Yes, it's whole, because we hear the sound for the H while the W is silent, and it's who. We hear the sound for the H also in who, and the W is silent. But in wheel, we hear the sound for the W, we hear who. All right, and the H is silent. So this is a key to help you to get the words correct. All right, guys, do you have any questions? Because we are gonna stop here for today. If you have any questions, please put it in the comment section. If there's anything that you want to free talk on, please put it in the comment section too. If there's a word that you touched and you want to free talk on that word, let us know. So for example, we've done these words, we've done ouch, owl, oat, we've done email, we've done ear and aisle. We have also done honest, oblong, house. We've done the word tsunami, soon, and tidal. And that's what we have done along with acon, allowed, and about. If there's any one of the topics that you want to talk on, comment in the comment section, let us know. And we're waiting for your comment. Okay, we don't see anyone commenting. Seems like no one wants to free talk. So I guess if no one wants to free talk, then we're gonna be ending the live here. And you will catch us later to read English again. And we practice more vocabulary, more reading English as in fluency, along with comprehension, grammar, spelling rules, and phonics rules in English, so that you can definitely improve your English. That's what we want. And definitely, if you are hearing for the first time, please be mindful enough to like the video, to share it with your friends. And we hope that we'll see you again soon. And don't forget to comment and tell us where you're from. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for watching. For those of you who will join at a later time, we appreciate you being here too. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like, comment, leave your comments. Let us know what you want to learn, where English is concerned, what other things you'd love to learn. We would love to help you to improve so much on learning English and for your English to be very well. So just keep practicing, do your reading, English practice all the time, and just keep practicing reading in English.